Stacktastic, the weekly web show for the avid comic book reader and those who aspire to become so. And it was just 2 years ago that DC Comics tried to reach out to all comic book readers with the New 52, a semi-reboot across their entire line. While the jury is still out as to whether or not the New 52 is a success, DC shrewdly celebrates the move with a title-wide gimmick on the reboot's anniversary. Last year, it was Zero Month, where every title went back to issue number 0, which basically made for an entire month of origin stories. On the one hand, that was a smart move, considering that thanks to the New 52, every character had a new origin story. However, on the other hand, it turns out that it's hard to tell a compelling and fully fleshed out origin story in just one issue. So perhaps that's why for the New 52's second anniversary, DC is thinking much bigger with their first title-wide crossover event, Forever Evil. Starting in September and shrewdly running through Halloween, this villain-centric crossover hopes to enjoy the same success of Geoff Johns' last mega crossover event, Blackest Night. Today I'm going to give you the full rundown of what to expect, plus as always my recommendations for what comics to pick up or download this week. Let's get started. Who doesn't love a good villain? Disney has spun off their own successful villains line of merchandise, all of their Princess line, while Halloween has become second only to Christmas in terms of consumer spending. So one has to wonder, with such iconic villains like, well, basically Batman's entire rogues gallery, what's taken DC so long to jump on this bandwagon? And the publisher's expecting you to fill your trick-or-treat bag to the brim with a plethora of villains-themed comics, only they aren't giving them away for free. Yes, like any good villain, this month is going to make you pay. To start, there's the spine of the event, the 7-part series Forever Evil by the Justice League of America creative team of Geoff Johns and David Finch. Spinning out of this summer's Trinity War, which by the way is just getting started, apparently the Justice League will be sidelined by that event, so the villains will step forward to rule the world. Key players in Forever Evil will be Nightwing. Don't forget, DC creative bigwig Dan DiDio has been itching to kill the original Boy Wonder since Infinite Crisis. Catwoman, who's famously been walking that very fine line between good and evil for decades, and interestingly Lex Luthor, who has so far been largely sidelined in the New 52. The first issue of Forever Evil will feature a 3D motion cover, the next evolution in an industry that's always fighting to catch readers' eyes on the shelf. In fact, all of the Villains Month issues will feature 3D motion covers, spotlighting the villain who takes over for that particular issue, with some villains making their New 52 debut. Now go get a pen and paper, as it's time to make a shopping list. Justice League will spin off 4 issues this September, featuring Darkseid, Lobo, Dial-E, and Secret Society. Justice League of America also spins off 4 issues with Deadshot, Killer Frost, Shadow Thief, and Black Adam. Justice League Dark will spin off 2 issues with the Creeper and Eclipso. Aquaman also 2 issues with Black Adam and Ocean Master. Earth 2 spins off another 2 with Desaad and Solomon Grundy. The Flash gets 3 spin-offs with Grodd, Reverse Flash, and the Rogues. Green Arrow has just 1 with Count Vertigo, while Wonder Woman has 2 with the Cheetah and Firstborn. Superman has several titles and thus 8 spin-offs. Action Comics has Cyborg, Superman, Zod, Lex Luthor, and Metallo, while Superman has Bizarro, Brainiac, Hell, and Parasite. Batman Superman spins off Doomsday, and then Batman himself has, wait for it, 16 spin-offs. Batman gets the Joker, the Riddler, the Penguin, and Bane. Batman and Robin has Two-Face, the Court of Owls, Ra's al Ghul, and Killer Croc. Batman the Dark Knight has the Ventriloquist, Mr. Freeze, Clayface, and the Joker's daughter. And Detective Comics has Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, the Scarecrow, and Man-Bat. Wait, I'm not done! Green Lantern has 4 spin-offs with Relic, Mongol, Black Hand, and Sinestro. Swamp Thing has Arcane, and finally Teen Titans spins off Trigon and Deathstroke. But still, not done! In addition to the 6 other Forever Evil issues you're on the hook for, there will be 3 Forever Evil one-shots as well. There's Forever Evil Rogues, Forever Evil Arkham War, and Forever Evil Argus, where Steve Trevor's profile will continue to increase in the New 52. So that's the list. Excited to devour such a large story, terrified for your wallet, or both? It'll be interesting to see if DC has crafted an event where readers can pick and choose based on their favorite villains, or if they need to read every single issue. If it's the latter, well, let's hope DC has fixed those quality control issues, huh? Now, if that Villains Month mega checklist hasn't put you off of the idea of buying comics altogether, here's a reasonable number I think are worth picking up this week. As I just mentioned earlier, Trinity War is only now beginning with Trinity of Sin's Pandora #1. Will you pick it up or save your money for Villains Month? And speaking of villains, Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery launches their own title this month with Superior Foes of Spider-Man #1. Nick Spencer, an indie all-star writer, tries once again to get a foothold in mainstream comics, but I'm more excited to see whiteout artist Steve Lieber's work. And while I was underwhelmed by Age of Ultron AI, I still think we should try new series Avengers AI. I'm still not sure what is Hank Pym's exciting new role in the Marvel Universe, but apparently he can't do it alone. Is that Shard on the cover? If not, that's some sloppy editorial work. Also, if you were unhappy with last year's AVX crossover, why not try the Jimmy Palmiotti version? Can he figure out what to do with Hope? I also highly recommend you check out Lee Weeks' Daredevil Dark Knights, now in its second issue. It's old school graphic storytelling at its best, and it's exciting to think that Marvel Studios finally has the film rights back to the character, who's experiencing a creative renaissance across the board. Marvel also launches its much-delayed new Dexter title, written by Dexter's creator, novelist Jeff Lindsay. Please note, this miniseries spins off of the Dexter novels, not the TV show. Then over at Image, another all-star team debuts a new title, this time Matt Fraction and Howard Chaykin's Satellite Sam. When a popular TV actor turns up dead, it's up to his son to find out what happened. That is, if he can stay sober. And last but not least, Joe Casey gets weird for Dark Horse with Catalyst Comics, reviving some of the publisher's stranger characters from the 90s with a 21st century spin. And that's this week's Stacktastic. I'm Grace Randolph for Think About the Ink, and hope to see you back on Friday for Between the Pages. Until then, happy reading.